Good morning and welcome back to your weekend unboxing here on Gaming with ADHD, where today we're going to be taking a look at Star Trek Away Missions, the new miniatures board game from Gale Force 9. Now, this is a two-player game of, basically miniature combat, but to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about it outside of the fact that it was designed by a friend of mine and I like supporting my friends. So we are going to open this up. We're going to take a look at the contents. I knew the game was coming, but I have not done a lot of research into it, as is typical for my unboxing videos. So we're going to open it up. We're going to take a look at the contents that we get inside, and then I'll give you kind of my first impressions. And we'll go from there. Also an added little bonus, I am actually going to be having one of the designers come and teach me how to play, and like in person. So I'm super excited about that. And so I'll definitely get a review up quick. Even though the order is going to be a little bit out, look for an interview from him and the other designers as well. But before we get started, do make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. I try to put out a few videos each week covering all sorts of tabletop gaming content, whether it's board games, card games, miniatures, anything in between, and I'd love for you to come along and see what we have to share. So, with all of that out of the way, let's open this up and take a look. All right, so this is Star Trek Away Missions miniatures board game, the Battle of Wolf 359, the Federation versus the Borg core set. Man, that is a mouthful. All right, so as you can see, this is actually a clear window. We get 4 Federation miniatures, 6 Borg miniatures. In fact, actually, let's take a look at the back of the box real quick. As you can see, you get all sorts of zones of a starship where you're going to be moving around, doing stuff. It's Star Trek, it's a board game, and it's made by a friend. I mean, that's kind of my selling point right now. Sorry, folks. Actually, let's set that there. Okay. So, as you can see, you get the miniatures. You also do get some custom dice. That's actually really cool. You get 6 for each. You get Federation and Borg. In fact, let me just zoom in. The detail on that is really nice. The little hand symbol thing for the Borg, the Federation flag symbol, that's fantastic. Again, they're just common D6s, so nothing too crazy there. All right, we then have the miniatures. Now, the miniatures are interesting. I did read an article about this. They use this sort of hybrid chibi style. Basically, the head and like the equipment, so in this case a phaser, are a little bit more exaggerated, but you still get the idea that, yeah, this is Commander Riker. We then have Lieutenant Worf. These are absolutely going to get painted up, folks. Just keep that in mind. With his batleth. Again, the detail on these is actually really good. I didn't think I was going to like this chibi style. This is Commander Data, by the way. But it has actually grown on me. It's a different look. It's unique for what they're doing. And I'll be honest, I kind of want more of them. And then we've got Commander Shelby. Again, with her phaser and her tricorder. Basically, their design philosophy was keep like hip and shoulder proportions kind of the same, but then kind of just emphasize things like their equipment, things like that. All right, this is our Locutus of Borg, also known as Captain Jean-Luc Picard. I love the detail on this, the hoses. I'm still trying to decide how I want to paint these up. I have some fun ideas on what I want to do. And then the 5 members of Locutus's unimatrix. again, the detail's good. They're a little bit bigger than your normal miniatures, of which I don't have one nearby at the moment. So they're not like your standard. They're taller than like your standard Warhammer miniatures, but they're also not. They're not too big, like some games do. Actually, I think this is Locutus. That looks more like Captain Picard. Also more bald of a head. Okay, well, regardless, you get 6 Borg, 4 Federation, and dice for all of them. So there's the start of the box. All right. Next up, we've got the Rulebook. So this is the full rules for including Romulans and Klingons. Yes, there are expansion sets. No, they were not in the budget when I was at the store. Actually, I should probably start from the beginning. So, got our index, story of the Battle of Wolf 359. So, nice to have some fiction. The different away teams. Now, yes, they did make a reason to put, Klingons and Romulans in, even though technically they're not. Who cares? Everyone wants Klingons, everyone wants Romulans. Make up an excuse to put them in the game. Who cares? But, again, pictures of all of the miniatures that are available. I will be getting them eventually. It's $25 for the extra extra sets. So again, it just wasn't in the budget at the time. $60 actually for the base game. All right, we then have our core rules, reading a character card. So again, the text is very large, it's very clear. They actually used very clear pictures from the screen captures. Typically, in many Star Trek games that I've seen, they get the worst screen captures. So I really like that. All right, so preparing for missions. So it seems like it's more kind of customize it on your own. Maybe there's specific cards for missions. I don't know. But the rules, so it's 32 pages of rules. There are lots of diagrams, lots of pictures. It's a little larger than I would like, but I think it'll be fine. But then you also do get a quick start guide, so 8 pages of rules for that. Obviously, this is going to be sort of a stripped down version of the rules for just jumping right in, obviously. All right, we then have different tokens, points for determining the winner of the game, areas, so it's command, operations, science, and medical, activation. These are just general tokens, double-sided. All right, we've got a room, so they've got a little bit of a puzzle piece for this this hallway. Then I have some extra turbo lift tokens. These are something Borg related. All right, now this is cool. So everything is double-sided. You have a Borg version and you have a Federation version. That's awesome. The art is great. Lots of color for the Borg side, which you would kind of expect. Lots of 90s carpet for the Federation, as one would expect. The dice resolution board. It seems to use a similar mechanic to Dungeon Saga, where you'll roll your dice and then line them up in order, and then compare, my highest rolls to your highest rolls. Oh, I guess I should show the backside again. Double-sided Borg version. All right, we've got the bridge of the Enterprise. Extra turbo lifts. Captain Picard's office. Or ready room. The conference room. And again, Borg version. We've got Enterprise locations. We've got a transporter room, medical, biology and science lab, armory. Same kind of thing for the Borg, but obviously changed up. So I do like that. You're going to be able to play some different scenarios, even with the fact that the boards are static. You can reorganize them. It's a different ship. You know, not hard to work with. I'd like to see some expansions and some extra boards or extra pieces. But regardless, the art is fantastic on this. I am absolutely in love with this. Got engineering. Here's your warp core. And the same on the back for the Borg. All right, we now get into cards. Okay, I'm going to kind of skip ahead a little bit. You have cards for assimilating into the Borg. So you can take this, lay it on top of the other character cards, and now they're Borg characters. That's hilarious. Oh, okay. So we've got a couple quick reference, then summaries, but then you actually have a couple of mission cards. So adding more mission cards. So, okay, so we get 4. 2 Borg, 2 Federation. I'm not sure if these are used at the same time or if you pick one. But regardless, this is an easy way to expand. That's fantastic. Oh, we've got little tokens. Okay, so they've got these dots here where you're going to be able to put some of these extra command stars. I do not know exactly what these do. I will have to read the instructions. All right, so we've got 5 of 5. There's really nothing on the back. 5 of 5, 4 of 5, Locutus of Borg, 1, 2, and 3 of 5. So you get Borg plus 5 drones. Then we've got Federations. We've got Data, William Riker, Shelby, and Worf. So again, all of your information. I like that. It's about a 3-inch square. No, it's about a 4-inch square. Sorry. All right. And then we've got a starter deck for the Federation and the Borg. All right. So again, nice clear pictures. Let me zoom in on these. So this is for the mission deck. Definitely going to have to read over how these all work. Alright, so then these look like they're... Okay, so support deck. It says permanent event, so some sort of event cards. Again, the color, the production, these all look good. Like I said. In comparison to others, you know, other things for Star Trek. Okay, I am not going to open these yet, okay, because it says use these cards for your first game. I don't want to mix these up, but just be aware. These are just going to make the game more advanced, add in some extra rules, make things a little more difficult. The Borg deck is going to be similar, but let's at least take a look at the starter deck. Alright, so score this card when you assimilate a hostile character. Okay, so again, that's where the assimilation cards will come in. Lots of Borg images. Borg events. I'm showing it with lots of reflections. So I do apologize. So, yeah, this is going to take a decent amount of reading, but it doesn't look like it's that difficult. They give you plenty of content, and it is going to be easily expandable. So if you want, like, well, and actually, now that I think about it, there hasn't really been a lot of Star Trek miniatures games, because typically people are just are focusing more on the ships. But I think just from the initial look, I think it's done very well as far as being able to, capture the distinctiveness of the different departments in Star Trek, and reasons for different types of characters going on the away missions, things like that. So overall, I'm really excited to play this. I'm really excited to be able to play it with the designer. But come back later and I will have a review. Overall, I'm really excited for the purchase, and I'm glad that I made it. So if you enjoyed the video, and I hope you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share it with anyone you think might be interested in a Star Trek miniatures game. But come back later and we'll have a review. Don't forget, we do have links to our socials, Drive-Thru RPG, affiliate links, all that kind of fun stuff. If you choose to help support the channel, we'd absolutely appreciate it. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you next time.